Good morning, everybody. It is Matt Modi here with OddsJam. We have a huge slate of college basketball for tonight, Wednesday, December 21st. So I am just here to give you my favorite college basketball bets for tonight as well. Like I said, we got a huge slate, tons of games to choose from, which means that we have tons of profitable bets to place. So let's get right into it. Of course, all of these bets I found using OddsJam, using the positive expected value page. So since I knew I wanted to bet college basketball, guess what I did? I used the filters league specifically for college basketball, and here we have it. A ton of plays specifically for college basketball. Now, the first question that you're gonna ask is, okay, there are 73 plays on here. Does that mean I should take all 73? And the answer is no. While they all are mathematically profitable, which I will get into, it doesn't mean you should just blindly take every single bet. There are certain things that you're going to want to look out for in terms of the bets themselves to decide whether you should take it or not. Now, over the course of time, if you took every single one, you'll be profitable because all these bets are mathematically profitable. But to reduce variance and to place the best of the best, I recommend doing a little bit of digging. And I'll get into what digging I recommend doing. I don't mean like checking the matchups and all that stuff. And I'll get into that, but just wanted to preface it's not a lot of digging that I'm recommending, but we can get right into it. Enough talking. So the first play that I'm going to lock in here is Campbell first half money line against UNC Wilmington. This is at plus 140 odds at Caesars. So first things first, this is a really good play. The no vig odds that OddsJam calculates prices this to be at about plus 130. So the way that these no vig odds work, they're pulled from the sharpest sports books in the world. So OddsJam backtested thousands of betting opportunities over a long period of time, just trying to determine what sports books consistently do the best job at pricing odds, right? Over the course of time, not like one night or not one sport, but every sport treated individually, which sports books are the best per sport. So that information was gathered, that determination was made, and then used to basically set the market for future betting opportunities. So in this case, the best sports books in the world think that this Campbell first half moneyline bet should actually be priced closer to plus 130. Caesars is giving it to us at plus 140. That's a 10-cent gap between these two numbers, which is really good. I mean, it's rare that you'll find a gap that big. All in all, this gives you an expected value percent of 4.2. This can also be viewed as your profit margin. So for every $100 bet on this play, you could figure to make $4.20, $4.20. That's sick. So that's the math behind it, right? And the logic makes sense. Hey, what sports books consistently do the best job at pricing odds? Okay, we're going to use them to set the market moving forward and identify sports books and betting opportunities that have better odds. And when I say better, I mean more favorable than these no vig odds, than the OddsJam perfect line. So that's the math. That's why every single one of these bets is mathematically profitable. But with that said, the additional research that I recommend doing, like you could look at a play and take 4 seconds to say, no vig odds, plus 130, book, plus 140, or the odds are plus 140 at Caesars. Percent, 4.2, cool. The additional research that I recommend doing is if you click open a play, right, anywhere it's highlighted blue, you can click open a play and it pulls up where other sports books are pricing odds for this play. So we got this at plus 140. Look at the other sports books. Pinnacle at plus 118, and that's important. Pinnacle is the sharpest sports book in the world. They do the best job at pricing odds. Pinnacle does, so they're given the heaviest weight in terms of these no vig odds here. Plus 118, that's 22 cents lower. Bet Rivers also has it at plus 18, 22 cents lower. DraftKings has it even more favorable at plus 115, 25 cents lower. So when I mentioned the additional digging that I recommend doing, just literally click a play. It pulls up where every sportsbook is pricing odds for that play and identify whether the bet that you are placing is an outlier to the rest of the sportsbooks, right? Is this plus 140 at Campbell, at Caesars, this Campbell bet? Is it truly an outlier compared to the rest of the betting markets? If the answer is yes, then that's a good play. Now, if a bet is showing up on the EV page, it should be an outlier, right? But you still want to do the additional research to confirm. And if it's an outlier to Pinnacle, most importantly, in the rest, or I should say majority of the other sports books, that's a good play. And this is the perfect example of what I am talking about. Caesars at plus 140, the rest of the books in the teens. This is great. This is my first betting pick for this video. Campbell, first half money line against UNC Wilmington, plus 140 odds at Caesars. Next up, and this is a good strategy to talk about. So we see this Ohio versus Delaware game. How many times do we see the over as plus EV, right? 6, 7, 10. There's a couple different strategies when you have a situation like that, when you see multiple bets for the same market, just different lines, plus EV. The first thing you could do, take every single one, with the logic being, hey, if they're all mathematically profitable and they're all outliers, then over the course of time, this will be a profitable betting strategy. Yeah, if this goes under today, you'll be screwed today, but the goal isn't to profit just on one day. The goal is to profit over the course of time, right? So yeah, you might get screwed today, but if you place this 100 times, it'll go over more often than not that you will be profitable in the long run. And that's what positive EV betting is, right? It's profitability in the long run. Now, I would still recommend clicking into each play, and it looks like the odds changed here, but it's still plus EV because the Novig odds have it at minus 100. It's now changed from plus 107 to plus 104, and I know that because it says the odds of this bet have changed. It's still profitable because we're getting better odds than the Novig line, and that's all that matters. But regardless, if you decide that you do want to take every single one, I would still recommend looking into the markets to make sure that it's an outlier for the individual bets. This one, resounding yes. Bet Rivers at plus 104, Pinnacle at minus 111, DraftKings at minus 125, Caesars at minus 110. Awesome play. Resounding yes, this is an outlier. But do that for all the individual plays, right? Because sometimes sportsbooks might not necessarily be an outlier to every single point total of a market. Another one, over plus 140 at plus 128, still plus EV, still a remarkable outlier. So yeah, I would take these two, and I would do that strategy for all of them moving forward. Another strategy is just take the one with the highest EV percent. You don't want to risk a ton on one market, right? If it goes under, you don't want to be screwed for that night. Totally fine. Just take the one with the highest EV percent. It's the highest profitability, should be the best play. Not necessarily take the one that's the most likely to occur or whatever. Just take the one with the highest EV percent. That's another strategy. So that's what I will officially recommend for this video. And let me actually refresh to make sure that I'm getting the most up-to-date odds. As you can see, odds unfortunately changed. So it looks like the EV percent's all the way down here. So actually, that is not going to be an official play, but the strategy is the same. So the next play, and this looks like a new one. No, it's not. The odds changed on me. So the next one that I actually will lock in is this George Mason versus Old Dominion, first half total under 60, minus 110 at Caesars. So Novig odds have this at minus 118. And let's look at the other sports books. So with this specific market, there's only two that price it. Bet Rivers has it at minus 111 or minus 121, 11 cents lower. Pinnacle has it at minus 138, 28 cents lower. So Bet Rivers is kind of in the middle of these two. So the next thing I would recommend doing, because you like to have a little bit of a bigger comparison than just basically like your bet at minus 110, the Bet Rivers one in the middle at minus 121, and then Pinnacle, the highest at minus 138. The Pinnacle line is actually the bigger outlier here. So what you want to do is view this event page in a new tab, and what this pulls up is where every sportsbook is pricing the first half total at. So this view just gives us, okay, who prices it at over and under 60, and what are their prices at? The event page in a new tab pulls up where every sportsbook prices the first half total, and you can see a lot more points of comparison, and every other book prices this total a half point lower. So that's a good sign. So that is why this one is a play. This George Mason versus Old Dominion first half total under 60. Because every other book that prices it, including Bet Rivers, has this total at 59.5, right? Betfred, BetNow, BetOnline, and that's important. BetOnline is another sharp sports book that we use to set odds, has this at 59.5. And then Pinnacle actually prices this all the way down, looks like at 58.5 or 59, right? Based on how their lines are. So this is another really good play that we found by doing a little bit more digging. If I didn't click this event page and open this in a new tab, I wouldn't be 100% sure whether this bet should be a hit or not. But because I did, I took the extra 2 minutes it's a hit. So this will be my third pick for this video. Next up, let's see here. We have Oakland versus Michigan State. Oakland plus 18.5. This will be my last play for this video because I could spend 45 minutes looking at all these plays, but I will save you the time. So this will be the last one. Oakland plus 18.5, plus 132 at Bet Rivers. No vig odds. Price this at about basically plus 125. That's really all you can round down or round up to plus 125. So a 7-cent gap between these two numbers. EV percent expected value, profit margin, whatever you want to call it, at 3.12. Clear outlier, insane outlier to the rest of the betting market, right? Pinnacle plus 115, DraftKings even money plus 100, Caesars plus 112. Every book is 17 to 20 to 32 cents lower than the Bet Rivers line. Awesome play here. I definitely recommend hitting this, and this will be my final pick for this video. So hopefully the EV strategy kind of made sense. I talked about a lot in this video. If you have any questions, please reach out, contact@oddsjam.com. But that's all I got for this video. So appreciate everybody watching and have a good one.